Tom is a consumer of PCA services as well as a personal preference consumer.
Thank you, Joe, and yeah, that was very good, very good.
Thank you.
Explaining it. Move on to this way. What I want to do is talk to you about myself, okay? I've received personal care for many years now. I got a spinal cord injury back in 1979, and I lived through three different portions of care. I did live at an institution for a year and a half. I learned what that was like, and that wasn't the quality of life, and it also was very, very expensive for the government and my parents' insurance. But I was lucky enough to get home, and I was under traditional PCA care through an agency. And I had personal care through middle school and high school at that time, which was good at that time because I had a very structured life, and it fit the mold. I was able to get an assistant to come in and help out with my parents. And it was okay in the beginning of college, but it got more and more challenging because my whole life started to change. Okay, the flexibility, the agencies didn't give you the flexibility that I needed. I needed flexibility in order to have different schedules and to live my life. And then when I got my job, it was totally, totally different. So I've experienced three different ways, and personal preference, in my opinion, and it's not for everyone, is good because I'm able to have choice on what I'm going to do. And also, not just that, who you can hire. Now, years ago, when I was in high school on personal care through an agency, there were many, many times when an aide couldn't come to my house, and I was fortunate enough to have my parents, so one of them could take care of me. Often my mother would take care of me, and she would miss work. She would lose money, and it was challenging. Or another aide would come in temporarily, or I had to teach over again. It was very inefficient. Whereas now with personal preference program, I can hire someone from my family. If I had that option at the time, my mother would have been compensated. Would have been a huge difference. I have a good friend of mine, my friend, he has muscular dystrophy. And his mother stays home with him. He takes care of his personal needs. And his quality of life is very well. She's dedicated her life. She's not making a real lot of money, but she's compensated for what she does. Therefore, they're able to do it. Okay, they're able to get by. Her and her husband are able to help out their son, and he's getting the help that he needs. Having that option is really important. So whether it be a parent, a spouse, a sibling, a friend, and also what I've done over the years, I've been able to develop a network of friends, which I see what we're trying to do here on a grand scale. I developed a network of friends of mine who also have disabilities, and they receive personal care. And what's wonderful about that is that we talk to each other about assistance that we've had, aids that we've had, and whether they've been dependable, whether you get trustworthy, all these different things, because in the end, there are people coming into your home. And you also want to be able to network with other people who've experienced this. So it's really important to have these options. The flexibility is the main thing that I see. And what's also great about the personal preference program is that if you're not able to find the workers, if this is not good for you, you can always go back to the traditional agency, traditional PCA care. So it's not something you're stuck with. So having the option, and if you have to go back to it, so be it, but having the option to do that with me, with my job, the work that I do, I lecture in schools. I have 30 different schools and colleges, and one day, one school I might be working starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. At another school district, I'll be starting at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. If I had traditional care through an agency, I would never be able to do what I do. I would never have these options. So the way it's changed so much now, the Medicaid has changed. From when I first got my injury back in 1979 to now, it's such a huge difference. And it's much more beneficial to the individual and their families. And I think that's basically it.